you're going to check out this book. And how the Most High I just opened it up to a specific point, and all this information was just right there. Because that's just the Spirit. Like, no matter where we go now, just expect the Holy Spirit, expect the angels, expect help from the ancestors to just show you exactly what you're supposed to see, what you're supposed to understand. They're just getting you ready for your mission. And we're going to take a look at this book right here. I got a few. I went to Barnes & Noble's earlier, and this guy, I had to leave pretty quick because I just kept picking up book after book after book, because once you have the understanding, once you have the Holy Spirit, you can see through all the lies. We look at this one right here. This is just one of them. Debunking the 1619 Project. Exposing the plan to divide America, as if somehow these new people coming up with different, critical race theory are now dividing America. You understand, the Most High has already divided America. He has his chosen, and he has everyone else. He has his sheep, and then there are the goats. So really, it wasn't these historians that divided America. It was the Most High that's already divided the entire world. You're either on his team or you're not. There is no middle ground. So, as you read the justification of the ill treatment of the Israelites, just know that the same justification can be used against you now. Because the Most High now has a testimony against you. And people that have gravitated to you and wanted to follow your ways, wanted to be confessed against the Most High's chosen people. They wanted so bad to be Psalms 83. So right here, how to fight CRT in your school. Check this out. It's funny because I just opened this up to just this page, and then what's right at the top? In 1619, 2 English privateers received letters of marque licenses to capture enemy shipping. John Jope, okay, let's see here, captain of the White Lion from Prince William, okay, of Orange, and Daniel Elfrith, captain of the Treasurer from the Duke of Savoy. The Portuguese ship they attacked, the São João Bautista, originally carried 350 slaves, but each English privateer was able to take only about 30 slaves apiece. So Dean Calloway had like a live, and Sister Eva sent it to me, and I watched it like the first hour of it, and he was really going in deep about this whole John Jope and the captain of the White Lion going back to leave this world behind. And they talk about it in this section quite a bit, but we'll take a look at that at another time. That wasn't I was just showing you how the Most High just had me open it up, and bam, it was talking about the White Lion right on the first page that I looked at. But I want to go on down how they just try to, justify slavery. Hey, man, it wasn't me. I didn't go and kidnap these people. They were already doing it. They were already treating each other horribly. So these Negroes are used to being treated horribly. So I just, threw my hat in the ring, and got myself a few of these Negroes so I can treat them horribly too. Hey, man, they're already used to it. Hey, man, if I didn't do it, someone else would. Oh, man, those Muslims, they did it too. But see, all of you are about to pay for this ill treatment of the Israelites. And all of you who have benefited from the ill treatment of our people, you're going to have to pay.
Give me too.
But we'll come back to that in a little bit. But just remember now, your whole justification was that, hey, man, slavery's been around forever. So like I said, so why would it stop now? So these people trying to tell you that, hey, man, it won't be that bad for you. Hey, man, we wouldn't treat you like that. It doesn't matter what we say. It matters what the Most High says. So I'm going to go by what the Bible says. I'm going to go with what Scripture says. I'm not going to go with people trying to soften the blow, soften what is to come. Because I'm not the one who has said what's to come.
Can you please turn that shit off?
All you got to do is look at what's going to happen
in the game
by looking at what happened to us. See, when we drank the dregs, we were put at the table. There were certain rules that you were supposed to follow that you chose not to. And everyone that you're turning a blind eye to all this information, you're just leaving yourself open to be treated horribly by the Most High. You're, refusing to repent, refusing to admit fault, refusing to admit who we are. Like I did in the last video, talking about us being the pretendians. I'm like, you still stuck on that, man? You still really think that the people who have actually read and done some research believe anything you have to say anymore? You are a government-approved native. That's all you are. Now, show me anywhere in the scriptures where it talks about how man's got it right. Man's got all the answers, because they don't. Jeremiah 16:19 says that these Gentiles are going to come saying that their fathers have inherited lies. So these government-approved people from all over the world, you're going to come, you're going to be the ones that are going to say, our fathers have inherited lives. Our fathers inherited lives. We're not the Aborigines of these people, of these lands. We're not the British. We're not the Irish. We're not the original Spanish. We're not the Italians. We're not the original people of the book. We're not the original people of the church. This is not the Catholic Church that the Most High are set up. You're going to come and you're going to admit everything that you have said is nothing but a farce, nothing but a lie. So what we're going to read right now is the same thing. Just nothing but a bunch of lies and just a bunch of justification. I see certain people talking about, people on TikTok and, and even over on YouTube, and, they're talking about certain things, but they're still saying that we are just black people from Africa. You're going to realize that you're not going to be able to dismiss us for much longer. You're not going to be able to dismiss this history for much longer. That's all that you can do to try to dismiss us, is say, oh, no. They're not from the Americas. They're not the original people. They're black, and they're from Africa. You just do that to try to dismiss us as a people. But you're going to realize real soon that the Most High gave us prominence and gave us the best land, and he's going to give it all back to us once again. First, it's going to manifest in the spirit world. Next, it's going to manifest in our minds, in our hearts. And then it's going to manifest in this physical plane. So let's read here in the middle. But that distinction is a minor point compared with the historical sleight of hand that follows. How did these Africans come to be on the Portuguese ship in the first place? Hannah Jones refers to the Portuguese slave ship that had forcibly taken them from what is now the country of Angola. Here and elsewhere in the project, she couples distortion of American history with romanticization of West African history. Honest black intellectuals such as Thomas Sowell, without ignoring the suffering of slaves in America. Oh, I'm not going to ignore that suffering, but I'm going to talk about I'm just not going to talk about the suffering, but I'm just talking, we're not ignoring it. Yeah, you are. Acknowledge that West Africa was a great slave trading region before, during, and after the white man arrived, and that it was the Africans who enslaved their fellow Africans. Now, you keep believing that, man. You want to believe that Africans were, enslaving other Africans, you keep believing that. But see, you should realize that history repeats itself, does it not? There's nothing new under the sun, correct? So let's go to the book of Exodus real fast.
Everybody's in the kitchen.
Who did they enslave to build their pyramids and their great cities during the time of Moses? Oh, did they enslave other Africans? No. They enslaved Hebrews. They enslaved the 12 tribes of Israel. But we know that the Levites, that they escaped, and they were over in
Nice
Ireland and Britain and things like that. And
I didn't even see you.
What you call now the Druids. But they enslaved not other Africans. They enslaved Israelites. So when you're saying that, you're just trying to, again, hide our identity. Just like we already know that the word Negroes do not descend from Ham. Negroes descend from Shem. We already know that. And we don't need to go over that. Let's talk about the Zandervan Bible Dictionary. And you should realize by now that Hamites and Negroes don't get along, because we are already aware that we are two totally different people. But see, in order to make you sleep better at night, you wanted to say that it was Africans enslaving other Africans. You don't want to tell your people, this is about that hidden prophecy. You don't want to tell your people that, yeah, man, you know what? These Africans, these Hamites, were actually selling Israelites. But we don't want to tell you that because, you know, if you look at the Bible and you look at history, anyone has had their hand in, you know, little slavery between brothers, you know, and enslaved the Israelites has had their asses handed to them in the end. And that's exactly what's about to happen to the entire world right now. Let's continue. So again, before, during, and after the white man arrived, and that it was Africans who enslaved their fellow Africans. No, Africans enslaved Israelites and sold them. So trust me, hey, don't worry about it. Europeans, it won't just be you getting it handed to you. It's going to be these Africans too. It's also going to be many other nations that have had our people in slavery. You got to understand that the 70 shepherds from the book of Enoch have had us in slavery. It wasn't just you, so don't worry. You're going to have company when it's time to pay. You just don't want to be the only one. That's why you're over here ratting everybody else out. Oh, it wasn't just us. These people did it too. These are the ultimate snitch. Oh, no, it wasn't us, man. It was these people. These were my accomplices. These people helped me. Yeah. All these people. Psalms 83. Don't worry. Esau's going to tell on all of you. He's going to rat you all out. All right? And much earlier, abolitionist Frederick Douglass, who minced no words in his condemnation of white slaveholders, also disparaged the savage chiefs of the western coast of Africa, who for ages have been accustomed to selling their captives into bondage and pocketing the ready cash for them. Black Civil War veteran Joseph Wilson wrote that the slave had been reduced from his natural state of freedom by his misfortune in tribal war to that of a slave, and then transported by the consent of his captors and enemies to these shores. So as you know, this was Africans that consented to send them over here. So don't worry. That's why the Africans don't help us either. That's why they don't, do anything for us either, except look down on us. But just, hey, no problem, man. Don't worry. You about to get this work too.
That's right.
It's coming for you too.
That's right.
I hope you enjoyed, that freedom and that money and, everything else that you got, your perks. But this cup of dregs is coming for you too.
That's right.
So, Journal of Negro History founder Carter Woodson admitted that the Negro, why are we saying Negro all of a sudden? I mean, you don't call Africans Negroes. You call them Africans, but you somehow make a distinction between us as being negro, morenos.
That's right.
Right? Moors. You make a distinction because there is a distinction because you already know there's a difference. Like I said, all you got to do is go back to the book of Exodus. Were Africans enslaving Africans? No. Africans enslaved Israelites. Same thing here. Nothing changed. Okay? So then again, we were already over here as well. We were already over here in the Americas. So yes, I'm sure you brought some over here. And that was, I'm sure, your justification, for when you got over here and, you made your money by putting us into slavery, putting us into ships and bringing us over here to Europe. And I'm sure you took some of them to Africa as well. You are equal opportunity enslaver. So that the Negro should be enslaved was in the Halcyon days of the institution. And I had looked at that word. Like the serene times, pretty much, should be enslaved, that the Negro should be enslaved was in the serene days of the institution, no exception to the rule. So the serene, I guess there were serene days of slavery for them, okay? Slavery was once the normal condition of the majority of the inhabitants of the world. Like I said, there were rules. Wasn't the slavery that you were, implementing all over the place. But that's okay, because I'm sure the Most High has been keeping notes, and I'm sure that the Most High is going to just give you mercy, because I have no idea why he would give you any mercy, because you're not even asking for any. You're not admitting your wrongs. You're not admitting your history. You're trying to work a way to justify it, right? So again, slavery was once the normal condition of the majority of the inhabitants of the world. Well, it looks like that's about to be a repeat, right? So if you want to say that slavery was once the normal condition of the majority of the inhabitants of the world, well, it sounds like what the Most High is about to do is he's about to implement that same logic worldwide. Because you read in Second Ezra, it talks about how this world was made for many. So many of you have been enjoying the fruits of your labor, or the fruits of slavery. But it also says that the world to come is made for few. So few people, I guess, will not be in slavery in the world to come. And the vast majority of the world is going to be enslaved in some manner. So again, be careful what you put in books. Be careful what you put out there in the universe, because karma has a way of manifesting itself.
That's right. So
you said that before, that's how things were, or I'm sure then maybe that's how things are going to be again. It says, the Muslim slave trade, which extended to the very interior of the continent and became the most cruel traffic in human flesh theretofore known to the world, had only of late been decidedly checked. Now, again, when you're saying Muslims, could be Moors, could be Arabs. But see, you try to muddy the waters by saying Muslims because you don't want to say Moors. Some of our Moors, some of our own people had us in slavery. They're going to pay too. Go back to Maccabees. You see how, let's say First Maccabees chapter 1 talks about how many of our own people went and made a covenant, made an agreement with the other nations. They circumcised themselves to be pretty much with the Gentiles. They turned their back away from our laws, such as the commandments, and they became Gentiles themselves. So I'm sure those were some of the people that enslaved our people as well. Came over here, helped Columbus come over here, and enslaved the brethren over here. See, it's no coincidence that they took down Granada in 1492 around January. And then all of a sudden, by October, they found the New World. So we know that Columbus came over here with some of the Moors. So it wasn't, I'm sure that Columbus was so smart he figured it out. It was just these Moors, our brethren, who, had pretty much made a covenant with the other nations, helped them get over here, which we already know. Okay? So it's no coincidence that within a few months of them taking down Granada and taking down the Moors, that they came over here. But see, they want to hide that fact, that the Moors helped them. They brought Hebrew interpreters, because I'm sure the Moors told them who they were going to find when they came over here. Brought those dogs too, because they knew that, hey, you were able to take down the southern kingdom over there in Europe. You're able to take down the Jews. That must mean then that the Most High has handed over all 12 tribes over to the Europeans, over to the Edomites. So it would make sense then that they would be able to get over here to the New World where they were not able to come before and take down the remaining 10 tribes. So again, the Muslim slave trade, which extended to the very interior of the continent and became the most cruel traffic in human flesh theretofore known to the world, had only of late been decidedly checked. So let's continue. J. Saunders Redding was the first black American to teach an Ivy League college. Okay, pointed out in 1950 that slavery was an old story and in existence since the first man who, by luck or the dim recognition of his superior endowment, discovered that he held an edge over a rival. Slavery became entrenched in human customs before man had got well used to walking upright. Redding was no conservative, but his description of slavery as one of the oldest and most widespread institutions on earth is very much like Thomas Sowell's. You're going to go find some black people that say the same thing that you want to say and then throw them in the book. Nothing new, okay? But that's cool, though. Hey, like I said, hey, man, what's a little slavery between the brethren? Right? It's all right, man. Ain't no little slavery, no big deal. Hey, man, it's been going on. So why all of a sudden when we're telling you that you're going to have to pay by going into slavery, all of a sudden there's a problem? All of a sudden that's just not true. So you got to be careful what you put out there. What you put out there in the ether, what you put out there, you know, what you're trying to manifest, what you're trying to justify. Because the Most High is going to use your own words against you.
That's right. Gotcha, bitch.
Let's see here. Very much like Thomas Sowell's. Before Columbus's first voyage, Africa probably, okay, here we go. So conjecture going on already. Africa probably had more slaves than any other continent. How the hell would you guys know that? You hadn't even been over to the Americas. So how would you even know what was going on over here in America? Yeah, but see, that's what they want to do all the time. A little conjecture, you know? So again, Africa probably had more slaves than any other continent. There was slavery in Africa, Redding wrote, long before the coming of the white man. It was especially prevalent along the west coast of Africa, an area that teemed with barbaric life. So again, justify, oh, these were barbarians, so it's okay what they were doing. And it's okay that we threw our hat in the ring and we did the same thing because we're so Christian. You know, we're gonna teach them about white Jesus and, you know, save their souls. Because where millions of people were divided into hundreds of small, independent tribes, proximity led to quarrels on the faintest pretext. Quarrels led to war. Strong, victorious tribes, when they did not kill, took captives and made them slaves. Facts about the operation of the slave trade in West Africa, though well known by scholars, both black and white, during the 19th century, have often been glossed over by ideological purposes. W.B. Du Bois fell for this temptation, tending to ignore or explain away such unpleasantness as the continuous slavery in Liberia in the 1920s and 30s, and the exploitation of African laborers by Africans. Just love just trying to make it sound like we're all African, right? Which, again, we are not, with blanket pronouncements about European and American imperialism. Africana studies departments have followed suit. Popular accounts of slavery, though detailed in their descriptions of the voyage and the travails of slaves on American plantations, strongly imply that white slave traders kidnapped Africans as they were enjoying being free with families and farms and lives and dreams, as Hannah Jones puts it, rather than admitting the truth about a trade in which African peoples were deeply involved. She speaks generally of people stolen from Western and Central Africa, right? And kidnapped from their homes, and claims of the 1619 arrivals, in particular that the Portuguese slave ship had forcibly taken them from what is now the country of Angola. While it is literally true that the Portuguese slave ship had forcibly taken them from Africa in the sense that they were being transported against their will, it is not true, as Hannah Jones cleverly insinuates, that they were taken by the Portuguese sailors, okay, in the sense of being kidnapped from their homes and reduced to slavery by those European men. This fudging of the facts allows Hannah Jones to sidestep the issue of African agency in the human trafficking. Now, we also know about Babylon being into the whole human trafficking, you know, and that would be also the church justifying it through their doctrines of discovery, that these people were not human and they could do whatever the hell they wanted to them.
You said through Ellis Island, right? Where you Irish? Waiting
put this work in. My shot gets that out. For his sons and his daughters, won't feel sick with faces. Iniquity, they fall. Bloodthirsty in the 4 days. Not for living ball. Wait to put this work in. My shot gets that out.
You said the Ellis Island, right? Were you Irish? And Italian. Hold on. Did the Irish have slaves?
Yes, but
Did the Italians have slaves?
were they discriminated against when they came here?
Who? The Italians?
Yeah, and the Irish.
Hold on. Tom, you have
were,
to,
though.
Tom, you have to understand something. You were discriminated against by your own people.
I agree.
So wait.
But I'm saying there's no way
So
somebody
that's what you,
being-
Tom. That's what you call it. That's what you call an
humans
in-house
are.
issue. Tom, that's what you call an in-house
That's
issue.
how it's always going. Somebody's always trying to step
So
on
are you?
another person.
Can I ask you a question, Tom? So are you telling me that until the Irish works out their issues?
I'm saying
Hold
how
on, you didn't even let me.
all of us,
Tom, you didn't even let me finish my question. You gotta let me finish my question. Are you telling me that until the Irish works out the issues that they have with other white people, then that means that the issues that black people have with our Irish is not going to be resolved?
I came in after the fact of all this other stuff.
So are you telling me that there is no possibility of it being
You look
fixed?
at me as somebody who is part of that other stuff.
No. That's not true. That's not true,
I
Tom.
think that you look at me as part of the colonization.
Let me tell you how I actually look at you, because the way what you're telling me is just not true. I can't say Tom colonized anything. I'm saying be quiet, Tom. Tom, come on. You're not being a good listener. You're not being a good communicator. Come on, hold on. We gotta relax. I'm not telling you that Tom and your 39 years of life colonized anybody. All I'm telling you is that your ancestors and your forefathers stuck you with the bill.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Right.
Tom, did you hear what I just said?
No, I'm trying to
They
tell you.
stuck you with the bill. You want to know why? Because they never paid for it.
I came in after the fact.
That's why you got left with the bill on a dinner that you didn't eat.
It's not that simple. It's just everybody
It's that simple. And I'm going to tell you this. After we get our justice served on people like you, Tom, then you go back to your people and say, how the hell did y'all sit here and leave me with the bill?
My people, they're not all my people.
Say it
All
again?
these people, they're not all my people. That's what I'm trying to say. Just because we have the
You're
skin
Caucasian,
color,
Tom.
yeah, but they're not my people. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So who's your people?
Tell
Tell me who your people is so we can put the finger at the right
I'm
people.
an American. That's who I am. That's
Okay,
what
wait.
I'm trying to tell
Wait.
you. That's
So you're
who I
telling me?
am. I'm
So
this
you're telling me that
person
being
in
in a
this country
Tom,
for everyone,
Tom.
and it doesn't matter who my ancestors are. I'm here for this place and for everyone.
Hold on.
That's what I was
So
trying
how
to
does
say.
this- so how does this
You're trying
place
to say,
feel about-
well, this person and this person came before you, or
How
whatever.
does this place feel? How does this
Who
place
I
feel
am.
about? How does America feel? You're an American, right?
Yes,
So you don't want to attach yourself to the Irish. Okay, cool.
I'm not any.
Okay.
I'm American,
Let's cut the Irish out. We don't want to talk about the Irish. Let's talk about America. How does America feel about black people?
Listen, you've been discriminated against since you came here.
So how? Thank you. So now do you see how any way you turn, Tom, you're still stuck with the bill?
That's the truth. That's
Tom,
the
anywhere,
it's
listen,
not right.
Tom, we didn't dismiss your Irish. We didn't dismiss your Irish side, and now we're talking about your American club. We're talking about your American association now. You say you're an American. To hell with the Irish side.
How it is.
So what I'm saying is, if you're telling me, Tom, as an American,
I
that
think we should get further. That's what we're talking about. That's how we.
so how do we rectify it, Tom? How do we rectify it?
Like this.
Tom, how do we rectify it? How do we fix it?
That we see that we have
Tom, you're talking too much. Tom, you're talking too much. How do we fix it? How do we fix it?
How do we fix it?
How do we get
Make
justice?
sure we see each other as people, not somebody from.
Do you
this
see me as a
place.
person, Tom?
Yes.
Okay, wait. Do you see me as a person that deserves justice?
Yes.
So how do I get justice, Tom?
Keep talking. Keep being
Talking
able-
is not
Listen,
justice, Tom.
Yes, it is. Listen, this is.
Wait. Talking
You're
is
allowed
justice.
to speak out
Tom,
free.
that's
You're
why you
doing
guys,
it right
have
now.
to get destroyed,
This
Tom,
is
because you
how
keep telling
it
me
is.
some stupid
This
stuff
is
like
not- no,
talking
I'm
is someone
saying-
injustice.
Why
That's
are we
not.
arguing? This is a good thing that you're doing right now. Is being.
I didn't need you to feel invalidated. Take it back. I don't need you to validate what I'm doing, dog.
Why do we have to be validated? Why is it an
That's what you just
argument?
trying to do. You're trying to affirm what I'm doing is a good thing. I know what I'm doing is a good thing. I wouldn't be out here, Tom, if it wasn't a good
My
thing.
country too, as well as yours.
First of all, your country is stolen.
Stop.
You have stolen.
Stop.
Do you see how you keep trying to take state claim to stolen
Stop.
goods?
You're looking at me versus white versus black. This is what we
How did you
are.
build this?
It's not who
How
I
did
am.
Irish people build this?
It's not not. It's
You tell me how you built it.
See, you're not seeing
You were the damn gangs in New York. Then you came down here and became bootleggers and you killed people. That's how you guys built your empire. Then you were dirty ass cops. That's how the Irish built themselves. And you didn't build a goddamn thing. You were stolen and built with free labor. You're a goddamn liar. This is not your country, man. This is the most murderous, wicked, and evil country of all time, sir. And you're gonna feel like the brother said, you've been left with the bill. You ain't got nothing to argue. And talking ain't no damn justice. If somebody commits a crime against you, it must be adjudicated in a court of law and sentenced for punishment, man. That's right!
Give me Isaiah 42 real quick.
Bring it out!
Isaiah 42:1. Again.
What are you yelling about? We're all for the same place.
No, we're not. How are we from the same place, Tom?
Wait, what do you think America's supposed to be for then?
For white supremacy.
I mean, what do you think it's supposed to be?
For white supremacy.
What are you? What do you want?
I want this place to be destroyed.
For who then? For what is
for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian liberation and freedom.
Everyone.
For Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian justice, liberation, and freedom, as well as dominion.
For the natives.
But listen, for the natives and for the people that were wrongfully carried over here on cargo ships and forced to work free labor for your people.
You guys have been shot for 500,000.
So what should be done for it, Tom?
I'm not even disagreeing with you. You can yell at me and make me the bad guy.
No. You said that shit. What don't you disagree with? Talking to someone who just people like you, Tom, then you go back to your people and say, how the hell did y'all sit here and leave me with the bill?
My people, they're not all my people. All these people, they're not all my people. That's what I'm trying to say. Just because we have the same skin color.
Tom.
Yeah, but they're not my people. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So who's your people?
Tell
me who your people is so we can point the finger at the right people.
I'm American. That's who I am.
Okay, wait. So you're telling me that being in a Tom,
for everyone, and it doesn't matter who my ancestors are. I'm here for this place and for everyone.
Hold on.
That's what I was trying to say.
How does this place feel about?
Well, this person and this person that came before you. Or
how does this place feel? How does this place feel about? How does America feel? You're an American, right?
Yes,
so you don't want to attach yourself to the Irish. Okay, cool.
I'm not any.
Let's cut the Irish out. We don't even talk about the Irish. Let's talk about America. How does America feel about black people?
Listen, you've been discriminated against since you came here.
So how? Thank you. So now do you see how any way you turn, Tom, you're still stuck with the bill?
That's the truth.
Tom, anywhere.
It's not right.
Tom, we didn't dismiss your Irish. We didn't dismiss your Irish side, and now we're talking about your American blood. We're talking about your American association now. You said you're American. To hell with the Irish side. So what I'm saying is, if you're telling me, Tom, as an American,
I think we should get further. That's what we're talking about. That's how we.
So how do we rectify it, Tom? How do we rectify it?
Like this.
Tom, how do we rectify it? How do we fix it? Tom, you're talking too much. Tom, you're talking too much. How do we fix it? How do we fix it? How do we get justice?
Make sure we see each other as people, not somebody from.
Do you see me as a person, Tom?
Yes.
Okay, wait. Do you see me as a person that deserves justice?
Yes.
So how do I get justice, Tom?
Keep talking.
Talking is not justice, Tom.
It is. Listen, this is.
Wait. Talking is justice.
To speak
What the fuck is that?
That's why you guys have to be destroyed, Tom, because you keep telling me for stupid stuff like talking to someone is justice. That's not.
Arguing. This is a good thing that you're doing right now. Is speaking.
I don't need you to come and validate. Take it back. I don't need you to validate what I'm doing, Tom.
Why do we have to be validated? Why is it?
That's what you just tried to do.
Somebody look it up.
You're trying to affirm what I'm doing is a good thing. I know what I'm doing is a good thing. I wouldn't be out here, Tom, if it wasn't a good thing.
My country too, as well as yours.
First of all, your country is stolen. You have stolen. Do you see how you keep trying to take state claim to stolen goods?
You're looking at me versus white versus black. This is what we
How did you build this?
It's not who
How did Irish people build this?
It's not. It's
You tell me how you built this.
See, you're not seeing.
You were the damn gangs in New York. Then you came down here and became bootleggers and you killed people. That's how you guys built your empire. Then you were dirty ass cops. That's how the Irish built themselves. And you didn't build a goddamn thing. You were stolen and built with free labor. You're a goddamn liar. This is not your country, man. This is the most murderous, wicked, and evil country country of all time, sir. And you're gonna fight like the brother said. You've been left with the bill. You ain't got nothing to argue. And talking ain't no damn justice. If somebody commits a crime against you, they must be adjudicated in a court of law and sentenced to punishment, man.
That's right. Your judgment has been sent. Thank you. I thank everyone that's in my motherfucking lobby right now. You gonna pay for what you done did to me.
Supposed to be for then?
For white supremacy.
What do you think you're supposed to be?
For white supremacy.
What are you? What do you want?
I want this place to be destroyed.
For what is?
You gonna pay with your motherfucking career.
Liberation and freedom.
Everyone.
For Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian justice, liberation, and freedom, as well as dominion. But listen, for the natives and for the people that were wrongfully carried over here on cargo ships, enforce free labor for your people.
You guys have been shit on for 500,000 years.
So what should be done for it, Tom?
I'm not even disagreeing with you. You can yell at me and make me the bad guy.
No. You said that should happen. What don't you disagree with? That this place has to be destroyed. Do you agree that this place has to be destroyed?
I think democracy.
Do you agree that this place has to be destroyed?
We have to work further.
Democracy is of the devil.
No.
Democracy is of the devil. We're going to get 42 on. Go ahead.
That is not supposed to die. It's supposed to work. We're still in the progress of it. And we're not going to give up on it. We're not already there. We're not dying on it.
He shall bring forth
We have to work together. It doesn't matter.
The Spirit has God has been poured out upon him. Read.
Like when we start realizing our skin color doesn't matter.
He shall bring forth judgment. So like the brother just said, all the crimes that have been committed in this place, it has to be adjudicated, it has to be processed, brought to total law, and that judgment that the elect and the anointed of God is going to bring is the conviction on the so-called white man.
That's right.
It's the conviction that he's going to bring to Tom because you've been left with the bill.
Listen, I'm not.
You're barking up the wrong tree, Tom. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at God and get mad at your ancestors because they left you with the bill and they let you to believe that you didn't have to pay for it.
You're 100% right. How do we make the fight?
Bow down. That's what you do. You shut your mouth when you bow down. That's what you do. You shut your mouth when you bow down because there's nothing that you can sit here and say, Tom, that's ever going to sit up here and change the minds of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. I never said that. You're lying on me now. Now you're telling lies. Tom, you're acting just like your forefathers. You're acting just like. You said why?
Yeah, why?
Because listen. Because when the Native people of this place tried to work together with you, what happened? So why would I want to turn around and do it again?
Because I don't know, maybe
you just asked you that question and you literally said because. Like you really have an explanation and a response as to why they should work with you again, Tom. What makes you better than your ancestors?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man.
Tell me what makes you better than your ancestors, Tom?
I'm not them.
Tell me. Bow down. That's what you do. You shut your mouth when you bow down. That's what you do. You shut your mouth when you bow down because there's nothing that you can sit here and say, Tom, that's ever going to sit up here and change the minds of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. I never said that. You lied.
Let's repeat that, man.
He shall bring forth judgment.
We have to work together.
The elected God, the Spirit has been poured out upon him. Read.
Like when we start realizing our skin color doesn't matter.
He shall bring forth judgment. So like the brother just said, all the crimes that have been committed in this place, it has to be adjudicated, it has to be processed, brought to total law, and that judgment that the elect and the anointed of God is going to bring is the conviction on the so-called white man.
That's right.
It's the conviction that he's going to bring to Tom because you've been left with the bill.
Listen, I'm not.
You're barking up the wrong tree, Tom. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at God and get mad at your ancestors because they left you with the bill and they let you to believe that you didn't have to pay for it.
You're 100% right. How do we make the fight?
Bow down. That's what you do. You shut your mouth when you bow down. That's what you do. You shut your mouth when you bow down because there's nothing that you can sit here and say, Tom, that's ever going to sit up here and change the minds of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. I never said that. You're lying on me now. Now you're telling me. just like your forefathers.
No, I'm asking
You're acting
why,
just like.
though.
You said why?
Yeah, why?
Because, listen. Because when the native people of this place tried to work together with you, what happened?
Big time.
So why would I want to turn around and do it again?
Because you gotta ask, I don't know, maybe
I asked you that question and you literally said because. Like you really have an explanation and a response as to why they should work with you again, Tom. What makes you better than your ancestors?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man.
Tell me what makes you better than your ancestors, Tom.
I'm not them.
Tell me what makes you better.
Nothing.
You are them. You're just like them, Tom. You say you're standing there to bow down, and if you're not your ancestors, bow down right now. Exactly, because you're not. Because you're just like your ancestors. You're just like your ancestors.
That's right. No man should bow down.
So why did your ancestors make us bow
They
down?
were wrong.
Listen, wait. So the way that we fix it. So the way that we fix it is the way that we fix it. But the way that we fix it, Tom, is that you. Oh, you're going to bow down. Whether you do it voluntarily or not, or what's gonna happen?
It's not gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. You're gonna bow down with your face towards the ground.
That's right.
You're gonna bow down with your face towards the ground, and you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna lick up the dust off my boots.
That's right.
That's what you're gonna do. So get prepared for that day, because guess what? There's a growing population and a growing movement of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians that's not gonna stop until that happens. You understand? Do you understand what I'm telling you, Tom? Look at me when I'm talking to you. Do you understand what I'm telling you? The day is gonna come where you're gonna shut your goddamn mouth, you're gonna bow down, and the only time you're gonna open it is to clean the bottom of my foot off and get the dust off of it. That's all you're gonna do. That's your future. And there is no negotiation, and there's no other options. Tom, do you understand what I'm telling you? Now look at me when I'm talking to you. That is your judgment. That is your fate. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the greatest people on the planet Earth, are going to rule over the so-called white man. Understand me?
Yes, sir. I understand.
And that's when the Lord is going to come and declare his judgment, his power, and his rulership on the entire planet Earth. And guess what, Tom? There's nothing that you can do to escape that. And with that, we give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God of Yahweh. We do so in the name of his only begotten Son, Amashiach Yahushua, with the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ.